Hello and welcome to another beautiful day in the Austrian Alps. Today we're doing episode 2 of teaching my brother how to drive. This is Lars. In the previous episode we've already learned how to drive a manual car, and today we're also going to check out the wheels and going to practice a little more because so far he's not yet allowed to drive legally on the road. So this is the last time that we're going to practice, and then in the next episode we're going to be driving on the road.
Hello. Since the last episode I've had my first driving lessons at my driving school, which were only in automatic, so today I'll be driving the Mini again, which is a manual car.
In the last episode we looked at the engine bay and all of its liquids as well as the battery. So in this second theoretic lesson we're going to look at the wheel. So let's check out the wheel on my Mini Cooper S. Now we're looking at the wheel of my Mini Cooper S, and when I refer to the wheel I mean the entire thing, but usually the inside, so the aluminium part, or on some cars the steel part, is referred to as the rim, and the outside, so that rubber part, is the tire. Together you call it the wheel. Now when we look at the tire you can see a couple of numbers which indicate the sizing and the dimension of the tire and some other information. So let's go through that. This first number that we see here, 195, refers to the tire width. That means this tire is 195 millimeters in width. The second number, the 55, refers to the depth or the profile of the tire, so that is how thick this part is. Then there is a letter, this is an R, this means this is a radial tire, and the 16, the number next to it, refers to the diameter of the wheel, which is 16 inches. The 87, the number next to that, refers to the load size of the wheel, so how much weight can be put onto this wheel, and the letter H refers to how fast this wheel is allowed to go. And H specifically means this wheel is allowed to go 210 kilometers per hour. Next to that we still have one more piece of information, the M plus S, with a little mountain and a snowflake inside, and that means this is a mud and snow tire, so it is meant for winter time. If you're more interested in the difference between winter and summer tires, go ahead and check out my video for the winter prep in which I go in detail about that.
The most important part of your tires is the tread depth, so let's check that out. Here we can see that we have a winter tire. You know that by seeing this zigzag pattern, which is meant to catch onto snow. You can check if your tire is deep enough by looking at this little increments here, which if they are flat, it's in one line, basically in one dimension with the rest of the tire. The minimum tread depth in winter is 4 millimeters, and in summer this goes all the way down to 1.6 millimeters.
Okay, we're about to drive again, so let's repeat what we did last time in a manual car. Your seating position must be correct. How can you how can you check whether you're in the correct seating position?
Well, the one you told me was if my wrists can comfortably get to the steering wheel, then that would be good. Mm-hmm. My driving teacher told me, well, yeah, you can kind of, but if you grip like this, you'll notice you're kind of getting pulled out of the seat. So then you're too far away, because that's kind of the furthest you'll be away. So here you should still be nicely in your seat, which in my case I would have to go a bit forward now. So like this.
Mm-hmm. And if you rest your hands on top now, it's comfortable. Yeah, don't pull your shoulders forward, yeah, then it's wrong, of course, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good.
Okay.
Now, next up, when you're driving a manual car, you will be pushing in your clutch and put your foot on the brake. Put the gear stick into first gear. Make sure your handbrake is loose, and then you can then you can turn on the car.
Say fast.
Turn on the ignition and then start the car.
Bist du eingeschnallt?
I've got my seatbelt on, you've got your seatbelt on.
Okay.
We're ready to go.
Okay.
Now last time we already practiced first, second and also third gear. Today we're doing the same thing, but we're focusing on the road now as well to make sure that we're keeping a proper driving line. And it's a bit difficult here because the Mini is very low and there's lots and lots of bumps and little holes in the road, so we have to be careful not to scratch the car. Also, don't drive into the field. If for any reason you feel unsure, just push in the clutch and brake and stop. Now here we're going to turn right, so make sure nothing is on your right side, like a cyclist or something. Turn your, put on the turn signal and then drive in there. Good. If you'd like to, you can go into second gear, speed up just...
Gear?
Yes, you can. Speed up just a little bit and go into second gear. So quickly let go of the accelerator, push in the clutch, go into second gear, that's good. Let go of the clutch and accelerator. Very good. Typically you wouldn't be driving in the first gear at all. You should always be driving in the second gear. Oh yeah, okay. So there's horses coming, so push in the clutch and gently. It's just because horses are often scared of cars, so we will come to a stop and let them go past us. So pretty. Very nice. Okay, so now you can start driving again like before. First gear, bit more accelerator, bit more. That's good. You can go into second gear if you like. Very good. So what I was saying, the difference between petrol and diesel is that in a diesel you can usually go in a higher gear with much lower RPMs. So the petrol will die relatively quickly if you go super slowly in second gear. So then you will more quickly have to turn into first gear, but in the diesel it's the other way around. Okay, so we're going to park here. So gently come to a stop in first gear. And we're going to reverse into that parking spot there. It's a bit of an uphill, so you will probably just roll backwards, but still go into reverse. Good. And now look where you want to go. Check nothing's around you, no car is coming or something. And
One
then
mirror is gone, but
as you're reversing, turn the steering wheel. Don't turn the steering wheel when you're stationary. That's good. That's good. Make the steering wheel straight again once you notice that you are straight. Make it straight. That's good. And go back into first gear again. Good.
Nou rol ik achteruit.
Now this is a bit difficult to leave when you're at an uphill. What you want to do here is give the car a little bit more power. So don't let go of the brake before you let the clutch engage.
Okay, yeah.
So let the clutch engage just a little bit until you feel that there is some, it's engaging, and then you can let go of the brake and you will see you're not rolling. Okay, so try that. You see you're not rolling backwards. A bit. Okay, now push the accelerator a bit and let's go forward and out of the parking spot. Good. Not too much, it's too much.
Yeah.
A bit gentle.
The car was feeling like it was breaking down, so
Oh, okay.
it was dying.
If you feel the car is dying, okay, first go into second gear. Very good. Please stay on the road because that's not the road anymore.
Oh, it's not?
No. If you feel the car is dying, it's best to push in the clutch a little bit more instead of just hammering on the accelerator. Because the issue is the clutch, not how much power you're giving it. Stop now. Quickly come to a stop. Good. So there was the carriage was in front of us just now, but we could barely see it because it's shadowy here. So okay, don't drive in the horse poop, please.
I'll try to.
Okay. Push in the clutch. If this happens, you need to push in the clutch. Okay, now let's try that again. Gentle, gentle. Yes, good. That's good. Okay, let's turn to the right. Check your surroundings as well. Good. Okay, this is a good time to come to a complete stop. Good stop. Okay, let's start going again. Okay, go into second gear.
Where I've gone to school when I was a little kid, so it's memories.
Okay, keep going straight. Always a good idea to check if there's cars coming. And since we're on the road now, you should in theory stay more towards the right of the road because we're driving on the right hand side in Austria. Still, if you can avoid bumps, avoid them. Now this is a common occurrence in Austria in winter. The sun is shining very low and the street is wet, so it's very difficult to see what comes in the shadow. We can barely see the shadow right now. Stay a bit more this way. So what you do is try to slow down a little bit, but that's really all you can do. You just have to wait for the shadow to come. So now we can see again. That way, gently, that way, and then we're going to reverse back into that spot. Okay. Good. Okay, stop.
Okay, so I'm checking if there's nobody behind me coming from the left, no pedestrians, nothing, because they are always hard to see.
And if you look on the floor, you can see white little dots that line out the parking spaces. So what you want to see in your mirrors is equal space between the car and the white dots.
Yeah. I think right now I'm exactly in the middle of, like, I'm exactly on a dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you'll do is you'll turn the wheel that way and go into that parking spot that's a little to the right behind us. So be very gentle with the clutch and the accelerator when parking, and if you feel that you're going too fast, immediately push in the clutch and brake, because you don't want to drive into the wall while you're parking. Good.
Well, maybe you don't want to.
Okay, and when you feel that you've done a good parking job, we can stop and we can check it out. So these are the white lines that we saw from inside the car, and as you can see, it's a straight parking job, but not quite exactly in the middle. That's perfectly fine. I think you did very well for the first time parking backwards. Okay, let's move on. So in the Mini, you have this key, yeah? This is not a normal key. Most keys look like an actual key. If you open this up, it is a normal key. So if this battery doesn't work anymore, you can use this, especially to unlock the car. But this is usually what it looks like. So when you want to start the car, to turn on the ignition, you have to place it in here and then push it in. Now you can see the car has power. This is the position without. This is when it's in. And then you have to push on the start button. Yeah, go on. No, hold on, let's do the check.
What?
Let's do the check. You've got your gear stick in first gear. What else? What else do you have to check before you leave?
My handbrake is loose.
Is your handbrake loose?
No.
It's not. Now it's loose, and you can also see it in your dash. Pull it again. You see that?
Ah, that's the handbrake.
That's the handbrake. A red warning light. Can't miss it. Okay, make it loose. Wonderful.
Now the handbrake is loose.
Now we're in first gear, and we can go check your surroundings. We're just going right that way.
Nothing from the front. Nothing is coming.
You need to steer steep, because we're not going over that ice patch.
Why
we're
not?
going because I say so.
Okay.
So gently. Now here, stop again, because this is in theory a crossing, which you're standing in the middle of the road, but it's fine. You should stop before here, because I can see a car coming, and check whether there's a car coming or not. Okay, now look left, look right, and then we'll go smoothly and with not too much power, because otherwise we will land in that ditch. Go on.
Ik moet even denken welke richting ik ga sturen naar pas op.
Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Good. Good. Let go of the clutch. Nice. Let's go into second gear. Very good. Always put your foot to the side if you're not using the clutch. Okay, this is a spot in which we can go a bit faster, so go ahead into third gear. just in case somebody is unsure of the situation, or if there's, I don't know, something like pedestrians, we should always be slow in the village. They should be going on the other way, but they're choosing to stay on their left side. It's our neighbors. Make sure not to crash into that car. Okay, good. We're back at the school again. Today it's not an issue, but if there were school children, we would
be going slow.
Going super slow.
Yeah.
We'd be in first gear. It's a really nice day today. It's sunny and it's -1.
Which is quite warm for the winter.
It's quite warm actually. It doesn't. Oh, that's a big bump. Oh. Try to look ahead when that happens. But, oh, that's the other neighbor.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, let's slow down and go into second gear. Very good. Now, put your turn signal. We're going to the left.
I was just quickly checking if I was putting it to the left, because in my driving lessons I was always putting it to the left when I was going to the right, and to the right when I was going to the left.
So when the instructor said, okay, we're turning left here, you put it to the right.
Yeah.
You said the other left.
Yeah. Hele scheiße überall. Kom ich da vorbei?
Yes, you'll be fine. And we went right through the horse shit, but it's fine.
That was
It's
what
okay.
I was asking.
Oh. Well, there was one single piece in the middle, so we couldn't even miss it. So it's fine.
Because the question was, is the Mini so low that if I go right over it, it will be on the front, or?
It's fine. It's just water. Okay, you can keep left here because there's no cars coming, and it's nicer to drive on the left side here than through the water.
I know I'm not on the road, but it is kind of a road because it's ice, right?
Okay, we're going to park again, but this time we're going to park front way. So into that same spot, when you see it, we'll try to just do it straight. Try as straight as possible, and then we'll check it again. Yeah, that's not straight at all. Stop, stop, stop! Because there's a ditch.
And the Moody, that's not straight at all.
Well, that depends on how you see the parking lines, right? But it's fine.
Mama.
It's good. Okay.
Guck mal, warte, guck mal draußen.
Put this into neutral. Yeah. Now you can let go of the clutch. This is the parking space. This is what I was concerned about, just not to drop into that little... Okay, now we're finished with the driving lesson. So, do you have anything else to say?
No. Das hätte ich nicht geschafft, Alter.
So, if you want to look at what I'm doing, look at my feet. I'm putting the clutch somewhat in the middle and I'm playing with the accelerator. This way I can better feel the car and how much power I'm putting on the wheels. But that takes practice.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we learned today?
So we learned the theory of the tires, the profile, the tread depth.
Tire tread depth, that's right. And what else? The dimensions of the wheel.
The dimensions. What else? Of the theory, not too much more.
That's true.
Basically it.
We only really looked at the wheel today.
an uphill. It was not a steep uphill, so I don't know. And basically just how to a bit more getting aware of the road and where the car is, stuff like that.
And also parking.
Yeah.
Mostly parking, yeah. And what will you be doing at your driving lesson tomorrow? Because you have your next driving lesson tomorrow.
Well, the first two have been in an automatic, so tomorrow I'll learn shifting and using the clutch.
And you will already be prepared.
But other than that, in the driving lessons, there's not all too much you do. You just drive on some roads. Well, first you're on the Übungsplatz.
The practice area.
Yeah, the practice
to practice
area.
parking and those kind of things.
Exactly, and just to get a feel of the car. In this case, tomorrow, how to use the clutch and stuff like that.
What car will you be driving? Do you know?
No, I don't know yet.
Usually they have Audi, I think. You will be driving the A3, I think.
The A3 was the automatic one, so I don't know which one. Maybe they'll have a manual A3. Well, but tomorrow, then if they see, okay, you can shift, you're quite good with the clutch, whatever, then we'll go onto main roads, public roads, and practice a bit. Like get to know the street signs and the rules and stuff like that. Other than that,
he wants to turn in here, but I want to get out.
You do not learn weight. You don't do too much in your driving lessons. It's just kind of to get a feel of the cars and get to know the rules better. That's basically what you do in your first couple of lessons.
Okay, well then, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe.
And leave a like.
I'm only saying subscribe because I heard that apparently if you say subscribe and you're not yet subscribed, or the viewer is not yet subscribed, then the subscribe button has a rainbow around it, so let's test this. Okay, well, if you enjoyed, I'll see you in the next one. The next time we'll be on public roads, so see you then.
Bye.